All right, so we back with part 5 of how to do a one-shot swap video, and today we're gonna be lifting this front crate up into the car, and it's not really that hard, but it could be if you don't have the right tools and the right stuff or knowledge on how to do it. So one good rule of thumb is make sure you have a dolly on the back of that transmission thing that can roll. That way, when you're moving this in and back and forth, you won't be fighting it against the ground. And I'm probably going to start hooking up a couple things around the motor as well. Probably get a little power to it. And we're going to hook up that steering column as well, so that clock spring and that steering wheel will not break. So let me go ahead and show y'all how we're going to do this. And I guess we just go ahead and get to work. All right, so coming up to the car, first thing first, when I let this thing up or when I move it, I like to have the cradle actually sitting on top of the cherry picker wheels. As y'all can see, the whole cradle is on the wheels and this is not even attached, but I can still move this motor around with just this. So you want to do that, and with that dolly that I was talking to you about, it's right up under there. And I like to use that dolly specifically because my jack can actually fit up under it. So when it gets to the time to lift that up, I just slide the jack up on the dolly and lift it up and put those 4 13mm bolts in. So once you get this thing up, the first bolts that I like to attack is these right here in the front, which is going to be 18mm. So, and you're going to have a 18mm. The reason why that looks like that is because I had to replace the nut that was in it because it was rusted out real bad and we couldn't get it out, so we had to cut it out. So I replaced it with another nut. So you got to do that same thing on both sides. Once you get those in, all 4, so 2 on each side, you come up here, you have 3 13mm right here for the struts, which is this right here. You'll have to connect this onto that. This is going to be a, I want to say a 18, and it's going to be a little thing in there because a lot of people have problems with when they're putting these on. They say that the whole thing turns. Well, they actually have an Allen key thing that you stick up in there and you can put your wrench onto it and you can tighten it up and this won't budge. So that'll help. After you hook that up, you want to come and you want to put your brake line right here, which is going to be a 10mm. Hold that up and then you connect the brake line to your actual cradle, which is going to look like this right here. Nothing too crazy right there. And this stuff right here is bent because this cradle was actually in a wreck and we repaired a lot of stuff on it. So some of the stuff you see will be brand new, such as these valve cover gaskets. Well, these valve covers, they're red, typical black. So after you hook all that stuff up, that'll pretty much be it for the front cradle until you go up in the back with the transmission, and you're going to have 4 13mm bolts, 2 on each side. And once you get that up, that'll pretty much be it. And then I guess I'll come back to show you guys everything else we're going to do once we get to it, because I know we have to hook up some grounds and so I don't want to bore you guys out with just talking right here. So let me go ahead and do that work, and then I'll come back and show you guys what we're going to hook up.
Lately I've been going hard as ever. Who think they gon' Lately I've been going hard as ever. From the jump, I've been going hard as ever. From the jump, I've been going hard as ever. Who wish they could stop me? You know me, I just tell them to dream on. Cause that is some shit you will never see in reality. Since I'm talking about reality, let me tell you how it is.
All right, so we got everything basically hooked up now. So as you can see, we got all 4 cradle bolts in. We got the brake line hooked up. We got the sensor plugged up. We got a couple of broken wires here, but I think this right here goes to the washer fluid thing. And I have another connector that I have to add on to it. But you guys' stuff shouldn't be broke, so I shouldn't have to show you guys how to wire it up. You got a 13 back here that comes from that front power box that should have already been installed once you put this on. We got the 3 13s up top. We got to go back and tighten those up. We just got them fastened in place right there to keep this strut in the air. We also got the ball joints up top, upper control arms connected. Same thing over here, brake line and the ABS sensor. We got the cradle bolts all the way in. And now we got to go up under the bottom and we got to connect the steering column, which is going to be this right here. And it's going to go into that right up here. It's going to go to this right here. So this right here actually pulls down, and as you can see, they will go together. So, and this thing can only go one way. So the best thing I would say do is try to make these wheels straight, because you really can just push them and turn them. You can push, pull, whatever to turn it, and make sure your steering wheel inside the car is straight as well. I forgot to mention that you'll have 2 13s that hold this on right up top, and you pop this in places for your neutral switch. A lot of people do not connect this back, but I recommend connecting this simply because if you ever get in a situation where you need to move your car, you need this to be connected. And you can get the best of both worlds by just connecting this and then just hiding it somewhere in the car so no one can get to it. We got the 13mm bolts in right here, but we're having trouble with 2 of them in the back because of the rust on this car. So I'm probably going to have to try to figure a way to make this work. Probably going to have to drill in there and tap those holes or whatever it is to make that work. And then I'll go back and fasten these up all the way. So enough with what we've done. Now I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do, which is first I'm going to come up under here and I'm going to connect this steering column for that clock spring. Like I said before, I'm going to come back around. I'm going to tighten up all the bolts that I did not have a chance to tighten up. Then we're going to go back here. We got to put this thing on right here, which is the suction thing I was telling you guys about, which is this right here. So it just pop right on, and make sure that you have your O-rings on there. As you see, this one doesn't have any O-rings on it, so I'm going to find some O-rings. Because if you put it on without them O-rings, it's going to leak out Freon, and that Freon for these cars is very expensive. I think it's like $40, $50 a can. It's somewhere in that range, but I know it's very expensive, $45 a can to be exact. Once you get that put on, then you're going to be able to hook up this right here, this line right here is going to go to that. And then you're going to have to add this line on, and this line is actually going to connect to this one right here. So how it should look is you should have 2 connections up top right here, and you'll have 2 of them down here. Right now we only got 1. That one right there is going to be the second one, which is going to immediately plug into your condenser. Next, we got to go back and change it. The starter body is busted up, as you guys can see. We have to route this right way. So a lot of people have this issue. They don't know where this goes. Well, this cable actually goes onto the fuse box. As you can see, it already have a little plugs on it. You just right there, pop that in place. And I actually leave this right here loose just for this purpose. Twist that off, and you sit this right on top. Sit that on top, put that over it, and you tighten that 13mm nut back down, and you're good. Now you come right here, you have a ground right here. This ground is going to go over here. I don't understand why it's not reaching, so I'm probably gonna have to go up under there and do some rerouting, looks like. Never mind, I'm not, I see. So this is going to be a ground that's going to go right here. You're going to have another ground around here somewhere, right here. So these 2 right here, this whole little shebang, that's going to sit right over there. And when I reroute this to go up under all that stuff right there, both of those are going to go right here. So 1 ground, 2 ground. Make sure both of those are connected. That's the only way everything in the car will work. We have to hook up this fuel line, which is going to go right there. So this is the one off the engine. This is the one off the car. You just want to pop those in. Once you pop those in, you want to come right here. Make sure you hook up that brake booster. And I'm not going to put this on immediately right now, but this is the wiper arm. So once you put the wiper on, you just plug it up. And then you got the 2 10mm bolts that hold it on. Once you hook those up, then you'll be ready to put on your front cover. This is the connector that plugs into the AC thingamabob right here. This right here goes to the top of your reservoir tank once we install it. And for now, that's all I can see. So let me go ahead and do all that. And I also got to plug up his coils as well. So let me do that and I'll be right back.
For the people with all ears, it's just for the people with all ears. Listen to me, I'ma close my eyes, zip my lips, and cover my ears. Bullshit can't get in me. Seriously, I just been playing like a villain be silly me. I drop my feelings and let them be feeling me. Huh? Do you get the lingo, nigga? And I roll dice, watch me come out with the league bingo. Nigga play, I'ma shoot like a B-roll. Like it's a game, we'll pull up and see though. Come see though. Come see though, ice on my wrist and it got me cold sub-zero. Tryna get my money long like a sequel. Then I'ma take it home to my people. Like fuck outside, I don't wanna meet them. Yeah. Me and them niggas ain't equal. Bad bitch crawl up to me like a motherfucker. And it feel like this shit I smoke illegal. My plug told me this guy here better than this. It's that shit that you put in the jet, and I'm high as a jet. Tryna make shit straight. And ain't got no more love for a bitch, but I want me a bitch. And I just want me a girlfriend. Come and show me some love and give me some sex. Yeah, yeah. But I know I don't need that. I need to chill and relax. Clear my headspace. And I'm so fucking high right now, like I'm in dead space. Cut a bitch off quick, dead weight. Get in there when I'm through her legs. Shake like yeah, take, yeah, take. I'm that nigga, yeah, babe. From the jump, I've been going hard as ever.
Alright, so we got the radiator assembly in, which is pretty simple because you only have 2 bolts on this side right up under here, and 2 bolts on this side, which is right up under here, that hold this up. And make sure when you put this on, these little circle things like this is facing this way and not that way, because it'll bolt on either way, but you want these to face this way. Once you get that on, usually when you take the radiator assembly off, I always take these two off and just pull the whole thing off instead of trying to fight with these right here, because that's a piece of work. So just take out these two right here. So when you put it back on, reverse, I just take the two screws out, put that on top of it, put two screws back in, and without the mounting thing on it, it's already holding. And make sure you have these rubber grommets. These right here. I know they don't seem like they do a lot, but they definitely do. They make sure that you don't feel vibrations and the radiator not just jumping around in here. So next what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this core support on, which is located right there, the radiator core support. We're going to put that on, and it's going to be 213s, which is going to be longer like this. So you got 213s right here. Then you'll have a 13 right here, which is going to be a little short one, and you can tell which ones it is because it's always going to be painted. And it's going to be the same thing on this side right over here. Then you'll have 210s that go in right here. Same on both sides. You'll have another 210s right over here. Once you get that in, make sure you route everything correctly. This is your airbag sensor. A lot of times when I do these, I really do not hook this up. I always like just try to sit it aside somewhere. Not going to lie, the reason why I do it is not very valid, and the reason why I do it is because if you was to wreck this car and this was to break, your airbags would deploy. So I don't hook this up because if you wreck, it sounds weird, but I don't want the airbags to deploy to damage that dashboard. But lately, I have been just going ahead and hooking them up because what's a dashboard compared to a life? So you want to hook this up, you just push this in the back of the core support, and it'll be a 10 millimeter that goes in. And I always take the core support off and leave that 10 in it. So when I go back to put it on, I just unscrew it, pop that in. And we lost his thing right here. Actually, we didn't lose it in his other car that I posted a while back. After he wrecked it, the washer fluid reservoir thing right here, it was mangled up, torn up, and completely unusable. As you can see, it even broke the thing right here. So I'm going to have to replace this. And then I'm also going to have to find him another washer fluid reservoir. But until then, we're just going to go ahead and get this thing on the road. And I guess later on down the line, once he get one or we find one, we'll go ahead and put that on. And we put the washer arm on, but you got to be very careful with these things because the ones that you take off, make sure it's for the from the donor vehicle, because sometimes when you hook these things up, they don't work properly. So only your high setting will work, and it won't even be high. It'll be like normal speed. And then any other motor net, it will not work. So make sure you hook that up right and make sure you got the right one on there. After we hook that up, we're going to put this bar right here on. It's going to be two 13s, and it's going to be two 13s. That's going to hold this on as well. This is going to go on top of the bar, and this is going to go over the bar, so under. Once you put that on, we're going to go ahead and plug up his headlights. As y'all see, we already got these wired up, so we're just going to plug them up and he'll be good to go. We got the fan plugged up. We got the lower radiator hose on down there. This is the hose that goes to the reservoir right here for the coolant. So we got the two screws right here already ready, and then we'll just put the reservoir on. And that'll pretty much be it for right now until I go to the store tomorrow and get some stuff that we need to finish this thing up. So, all right, well, let me go ahead and do all that right there. Just put this core support on, the reservoir, and I'll be back once we get that stuff. So let's do that.
They can stop me, you know me, I just tell them to dream on. Cause that is some shit you will never see in reality. Since I'm talking about reality, let me tell you how it is. This just for the people with all ears. This just for the people with all ears. Listen to me, I'ma close my eyes, zip my lips, and cover my ears. Bullshit can't get in me. Seriously, I just been playing like a villain be. Silly me, I drop my feelings and let them be. Feeling me? Huh? Do you get the lingo, nigga? And I roll dice, so I'm come out with the lick bingo. Nigga play, I'ma shoot like a B-roll. Nigga play, then we splitting it weed. If he say he want smoke, he get smoke like a cig. If he say he want smoke, he get smoke like a black. But fuck that, I'm trying to get to them racks. Matter of fact,
all right, so look, we back. We got the core support on. We got the collision bar on. I didn't mention how to do this, but it ain't nothing but 4 13 millimeter bolts right in there. And the easiest way to do it is to get your bolt and put it through the hole right here, and then line it up and start it a little bit, and then do the same thing over here, and then just go all the way around, starting them. Don't tighten them until you got all of them all the way in. Once they started and they threaded, then you go back and just tighten them all up. All right, so we ran into an issue, and we don't have the little thing right here that go across that hold this up. So we're going to put this on the standstill until like another day or two when I get the part. But until then, last thing we're going to do is we're going to put in these new headlights, and we're going to see how they look. And then I guess I'll come back and finish up this video for y'all. So If y'all enjoying these videos, man, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep dropping. But that'll be it for part 5. I'll see y'all in part 6.
Hop in my bag, Louis. Me and my brother like Riley and Huey. I see a bad bitch, I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm working, I'm grinding, I'm making some news. I'm in the studio booty. You ain't talking about no paper, then mute it. These niggas faker than these bitches booty. Like, how you gonna switch on?
All right, so we got the headlights in. Let's turn them on and see what they do. I don't think they put no bulbs in these things either, so that's why the actual headlight not on. But the ERLs are looking good. The side markers working. Let's see if the flashers work. Let's hit the flashers, see what the flashers do. Hit them flashers and see what that do. Oh yeah, that's pressure. I like that. Well, anywho, man, that's all we got for today. I'll see y'all in part 6. Like, comment, subscribe. What y'all want to see next?
Go through a lot, I always overcome. Cause at the end of the day, I'ma still be me. I keep on telling on one day you gon' see me on TV. And I had got up out them streets, I couldn't let that conquer me. And when I die, you can believe I was on both.